Hi guys, I am actually in my garage. Yep, I am. And I'm at the workbench and I am making sure that I have everything on a clean surface because this is a work area and I really shouldn't be in here because I don't want to be breathing these fumes. In fact, I'm going to pause you for a sec. Okay, I opened the garage door to let some air in here because the fumes that are generated from baked vinyl and chemicals can be very harmful when you breathe them in. So I wanted to show you my new wave oven. I wanted to explain it to you in detail. This part right here is the extender ring. And it's very important if you're going to use the new wave oven to get that, because the heating element, which is this part right on top, has a heating element, needs to be raised up a little bit further from the vinyl parts so they don't scorch. So that's very important. And I've plugged the unit in, and this is in 3 pieces. The bottom part, I put a white towel because you don't want the doll parts to touch any metal. You don't want the doll parts to touch each other because they will make a mark on the vinyl where it touches. And this is the control at the top, and it has a little window that tells you how many minutes left. And so what you do, you plug it in and you push power level 6, which I believe is I'm not even sure, 250 degrees, I don't know. But it's power level 6 is the first thing you press, and then you push cook time 10. Just 10, not 10:00, 10. Then you press start and it will go on. And this unit will shut off by itself, and it'll make a beeping noise when it's done. And then you can quickly or not quickly, it really doesn't matter, remove the top. These are the gloves I use. These are gardening gloves, and they keep my hands from getting burned. So you take the top off, take the middle section off, find a clean space for them, and remove the doll parts once they're a little bit cool, and put them back on your drying rack. And that little paper towel is for Sandy's head and her torso. I am going to go upstairs because I want to tell you guys what I did on Sandy off camera. Okay, so hang on. Okay guys, I went ahead and I messed up the cherry color because I added a whole bunch of colors to arrive at this greenish brown color. You can see it on the stir sticks. It's an ugly color, but the doll needed to be darkened. Her skin was too pale, and this was very scary to work with because it goes on and it seems that it's very dark, and it's an ugly color. It's greenish brown, and I arrived at it by using the lip nail blush that was in there. I added yellow ochre, baby brown, yellow, and maybe even some of this phthalo green to get this color because I wanted to darken her skin tone. I had gone ahead and I added several more layers of creasing. I did smudge the creases so that they weren't so dark, and I did several more layers of mottling off camera. I didn't want to do the same old thing on camera. I did several more layers of blushing her cheeks, her nose, her eyelids, her lips, her chin, her ears. Inside her ears I used some purple. I used that dioxazine purple mixed with some red, and I did blushing of her her hands and her feet and her knees and her elbows, because she has a long way to go, folks. And I did not want to do the same old on camera. But yeah, so, and I didn't want to film this, which I put on a cosmetic sponge and then pounced it on her really, really good, and took a clean sponge to go over the pouncing that I had just done, because I didn't want it to make her skin greenish brown. I just wanted it to darken. So she's baking, and once she's cool, I'm going to go over some fine details. I'll probably use this blue to darken some of the veins that are too light. I'll probably add some more blushing and some more creasing and some more maybe some mottling, and then I will start to do some detail. I will put the yellow on the bulb of her nose ever so slightly. I will put more purple on her eyelids. I will put more of a deeper red right at her cuticle area. Blush her bottoms of her feet and her toes some more. And then I'm going to do some highlighting. And what I mean by highlighting is there are certain parts of this kit that I want to make lighter. So I'm going to use the nail tip color, which is an off-white color, pinkish white color, that I'm stuttering, that Genesis recommends for the nail tips, but I'm going to do highlighting with it. I'm going to highlight her spine. I'm going to highlight her calves in the front, and I'm going to highlight just above her hand on her forearm a little bit. Yeah, and I might highlight her forehead a little bit. So yeah, so I'll be doing some of that. I'm going to also take a toothpick and dip it in the cherry color and do some spider veins, some broken capillaries, whatever you want to call them, on her eyelids, and a little bit on her face and a little bit here and there, and take it from there. So I wanted to let you know, guys, that I was very, very busy just doing the same old on the doll, and I didn't want to bore you with the same details. So when I do something new, I will film it. Okay, so stay tuned. Love you guys.